Thank you, Madam Chairperson. This is amazing. I had to follow people as they were leaving the parking lot to find a space. Do you know what that means for the Democratic Party in the future? I'd just like to thank you all for being here and the enthusiasm in this room. I'd like to take this opportunity to officially announce that I'm very happy to be here. In fact, I'm ecstatic to be with the resurgent Maricopa County Democratic Party. I've had the privilege for almost 30 years, it seems amazing to think about it, to be involved in some kind of public life. As your mayor of Phoenix, as a HUD director under the Clinton administration, and now as your Attorney General. And it comes back to me loud and clear that the home base, the place where we really go to feel secure and to find support, is right here with the Democratic activists. And I particularly want to point out, we've already recognized the county chairs, but we've had a remarkable succession of people who've picked up the mantle here in Maricopa County in many years against incredible odds, and have just done a wonderful, wonderful job. And I want to particularly thank a lady that's in the back that got recognized a little late a minute ago, and that's Jenny Cox. The painful truth is, the state we love is being destroyed by what's happening at the legislature. We all know it. We read it every day. We see the blogs. I'm mad as hell, and I'm sure you are too. The simple fact is this: the budgets and policies of the Republican leadership and our unelected governor will decimate Arizona for years to come. They've already done great harm with the fix in the '09 budget, the thing she signed on the way to the Super Bowl, and what they propose now to do in 2010 is equally, if not greater, disaster for our state. It will take a generation to repair the damage. These budgets are manifestos of destruction for institutions and values we as Democrats care about. And I want to emphasize it's not just Democrats. I talked to a Republican leader a few weeks ago, and he was literally in anguish because he worked in the legislature for 6 years to build up, along with the Democratic leadership, to build up Child Protective Services to a level where kids in need actually could get a positive response. And what he told me, and what is the truth, is it took the Republican leadership in this legislature 2 weeks to dismantle all of that progress. That is a disaster. So right now our state's future is literally in the balance. You know it, and I know it. And I want to particularly thank the Democratic legislators. We have 3 of our courageous troops here: Eric Meyer, David Lujan, Chad Campbell, 2/3 of our leadership, and they've done a great job. These folks are a special kind of hero. You know, they show up for work every day at the legislature, but they don't get invited into the meetings. So they get very good at Palm Pilots and various Game Boys. But what they have produced is the only common sense budget that our state has on the table of options. I want to thank you for that. And if our unelected governor actually horses herself up to a veto, that might happen, then they will be in the game at a very critical time. And I know that they're ready to do that. We can all be inspired by the image, and this is a powerful image, of Meg Burton Cahill all by herself at 4 a.m. on the floor of the Senate proposing amendment after amendment to this disastrous budget. Now, this is gut check time for us as a party. We have to mobilize now for the 2010 victories that we must win. And it's time for us to decide where we stand as a party, as individuals, and to figure out the kind of leadership that Arizona is going to have going forward, and the kind of leadership we're going to present to the voters of Arizona in the next election. But let me make one plaintiff suggestion, and that is when we get together and we try to decide what that direction should be, We need to lock one group. We're a party of inclusion, and we need to lock one group out of the room. And that's the political consultants. Ever since my dad ran in the mid-60s, I have heard, and you have heard, the same theme over and over again. And that is what it takes to be successful in Arizona is just to be somebody acceptable to the Republicans in their boardrooms and country clubs. It's sort of a Republican-light message. And I don't buy it, and you shouldn't buy it. It's time for us to stand up, and I know this isn't news to you. Stand up against Republican light, stand up against business as usual, stand up to Russell Pierce and Joe Arpaio. I'm sure you've heard the whispers that I'm not sufficiently pro-business to get those Republican votes. Somehow I managed over 30 years, but we'll put that aside. I have been able to serve as mayor and as your attorney general as a proud Democrat, and that's the recipe that I believe will work in 2010. As your attorney general, I was proud to file suit against Walmart, for example, a little guy, for pricing violations, against major drug companies for lying to people about the effects of what they were selling. Against Maricopa County, hold on to your hat, for building houses in the vicinity of Luke Air Force Base that just developers don't like it very much, but I'm going to do everything I possibly can within the law to protect Luke and its mission. Of lack of political correctness really became a roar when we took on the Phoenix Country Club for discrimination against women. We won that one. But even when we don't win, I think the critical issue here for all of us is the consistency has to be that we try every time to do what is right and what is best for Arizona. I think that's what distinguishes us as Democrats, and we have to keep doing it. Two simple facts. What's best for business in the long run is a healthy, educated state free from fear and discrimination. I know Chad Campbell and his colleagues are standing up for this, but no more corporate giveaways and special tax breaks for our business. And what could be more in the public interest? What could be better for business than an excellent public education system? Healthcare for all workers and workplaces free from discrimination. You know, we can do it. But now is the time to stand up. And now, for us Democrats, is the time to fight. The time for emails and letters, I'm afraid it's long past. The Republican leadership is not listening. So our only answer is to stand up. So if you believe in quality public education, this is the time to fight for it. If you believe in health care for working families, this is the time to fight for it. If you believe in protecting abused children, we've got to fight for them. If you believe workers have the right to be heard, this is the time to fight for that. Madam Chairman, thank you for a few minutes. I intend to continue this fight. Are you with me? Yeah!